Make better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch is brought to you by Nedbank.
A very good afternoon. This is Nedbank Business Watch. It is exactly 2 p.m. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. You can watch us via our YouTube page, Eswatini TV. We are on DSTV channel 286 and our set-top box. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Last week on the program, we featured Bagcinile Similane, team leader sales at Nedbank Eswatini, who talked about their savings account, its functionality, fees and charges. She comes back today and she'll be focusing on Nedbank's current account. We'll focus on the benefits and specifications of the account and also get into the benefits of having a credit card. On a lighter note, on our news, we see who is this week's Trolley Dash winner. And on our last segment, Head of Treasury Bongani Mabuza will take us through today's financial markets.
Well, good afternoon indeed. Indeed, you are watching the Nedbank Business Watch, another exciting edition of this week's episode. The Minister for Commerce, Mangoba Kumalo, has just launched this year's edition of the Eswatini International Trade Fair, the 56th edition, under the tagline, Connect, Create and Growth. The minister emphasized that this year they're expecting more or less 500,000 visitors who are expected to come and grace this year's International Trade Fair, where they are also expecting to generate almost 500,000 emalangeni through market deals that are, and exhibitions that will be taking place through in this year's edition of the Eswatini International Trade Fair. It's an event that runs for 10 days. It will commence on the 30th of August until the 10th of September 2024. I'm excited about this year's edition, Lulu, because of digital transformation. The minister was saying with the fourth industrial revolution, it is more important for Eswatini to position herself so that we harness the benefits that comes with AI.
Yeah, quite exciting, Makobane. The minister did also mention that this year's International Trade Fair will generate about 150 million emalangeni. Yeah. So yes, let's talk about it more on our business news. Let's go to business news.
Transact with Nedbank and stand a chance to win a 5,000 emalangeni trolley dash. To qualify, do any of the following. Tap or swipe your Nedbank card for purchases a minimum number of 10 times in 2 weeks, or send cash to any local cell phone number a minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks, or withdraw cash using Nedbank cashback at till at any OK Foods outlet a minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks. It could be you, so start today. For more information, please visit nedbank.co.nz, call or send us an email. See money differently. Nedbank.
Welcome back. This is Nedbank Business Watch. If you've just joined us, welcome. You're watching Nedbank Business Watch. We'll go for business news.
Ricardo Kruger from the ERS got a feel of how it's like to be given a minute to at least get a grocery of not more than 3,000 emalangeni, courtesy of Nedbank Trolley Dash competition. He was lucky to get groceries around 2,600 malangeni. Yes, that's 2,648 malangeni 29 cents. When speaking to the media, he did said he was very excited by the competition from Nedbank, and he implores Nedbank customers to get involved. Swipe at the till whenever we are buying your groceries, so that you'll be in a position to be given a chance, if you are lucky though, to participate in Nedbank's Trolley Dash.
Very exciting, I must say. I think the anxiety of how much can I do within 1 minute, but also just the excitement of doing it, running around, and it was very exciting. First time I'm doing it, first time I'm even seeing it, and I must say that it's something well worth repeating if I can get the chance. Yeah.
A customer to qualify needs to send money using our platforms, being the app and online banking, and send money to at least 5 people to qualify, or they can transact in terms of swipes. They can just do swipes at any shop of their leisure. And then we have a new product called Cashback at Till, which allows customers to buy products, so they swipe for their groceries and they can withdraw at OK Foods currently.
And now for international story, EV boom helps Nepal save on oil imports.
Electric vehicles like this one are becoming more and more commonplace. For Kathmandu residents, they're a welcome addition to the capital's streets, ranked the 11th most polluted city in 2023, according to IQ Air.
I'm extremely happy using the electric car because I could contribute to the environment compared to the petrol cars. I'm a cardiac surgeon myself, so a lot of diseases are increasing in the country because of the environmental pollution.
For the government, the shift towards electric vehicles has also meant savings on oil imports, which it estimates at $22 million a year. To encourage people to buy electric, authorities are charging lower duties on imported EVs, ranging from 25 to 90%. That's compared to over 200% for gas and diesel fuel vehicles. Meanwhile, it's hoped that electric vehicles will help Nepal harness its huge hydropower potential.
Our electricity in the grid is from hydropower. It is clean energy. And so Nepal is ideally placed to use electricity in our vehicle, to run our vehicles in the best way it should be, which is that the energy source itself is clean.
In 2022, 50% of the cars sold in Nepal were electric. The country now has 400 charging stations, a number which is expected to double within a year.
It's 7 minutes after 2 p.m. After the break, we listened to the minister's speech when he was launching the EITF 2024.
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
Welcome back. This is Nedbank Business Watch. Thank you for staying with us. You can watch us on our YouTube page, Eswatini TV.
The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Kumalo, says the 2024 International Trade Fair is expected to generate 150 million in trade opportunities, enhancing economic growth and business prospects. He said this when he was officially launching the 56th edition of this year's edition of the exhibition.
We find ourselves in this magnificent facility at Mavuso Trade and Exhibition Center, and we are happy that we continue to attract exhibitors locally from the region as well as from the rest of the world. The EITF has become Eswatini's premium business networking event. This is because we host over 250 exhibitors and vendors that showcase their goods and services for as long as 10 days, injecting millions of Malangani into our economy through direct and indirect economic activity. Moreover, we estimate that the Eswatini International Trade Fair will create potential trade opportunities that will be upwards of 150 million Malangani during and after the event. These numbers demonstrate the immense impact of the Eswatini International Trade Fair in our nation's economy and the potential that it actually holds for business that are set up in Eswatini. Under the theme, Accelerating Business Growth Through Digital Transformation, which we call Nkwe, the Eswatini International Trade Fair 2024 places a strong emphasis on how digitization and digitalization can assist businesses in creating efficiencies and enhancing sustainable practices. The theme aligns with our e-government initiatives, which have simplified processes of applying for permits and making payments through online payment. Additionally, our recent partnership with our Taiwanese counterparts to develop the buyeswatini.com app, our e-commerce platform, further emphasizes our commitment to digital transformation and its role in driving economic growth in the country. Digitization not only propels our local businesses forward, but also opens doors to inter-African trade, allowing us to take advantage of the opportunities presented by the AfCFTA, the Africa Free Continental Trade Area. By embracing digital technologies, we can leverage trade agreements, promote sustainable business operations, and achieve our national goals of inclusive and sustainable economic growth. Today, we want to unveil our new tagline for this year's EITF. The tagline is Connect, Create, Grow. This tagline captures the value that the event holds for all our stakeholders. The EITF remains Eswatini's premier multisectoral exhibition, and again, it connects domestic and international business people and connects them with suppliers as well as with customers. It creates a dynamic platform that fosters the exchange of creative and innovative ideas and products, allowing businesses to grow and thrive. By leveraging trade agreements and technology, we can achieve inclusive and sustainable business growth while aligning with the Sustainable Development Goals that we fondly refer to as SDGs. As we look forward to the EITF 2024, I want to invite all of you to mark your calendars from the 30th of August to the 8th of September 2024. As a build-up to this event, we will have 2 branded buses traveling around the country, spreading the message of Eswatini International Trade Fair. I encourage you to take the message to as many people as possible, leveraging all communication platforms, including social media, and encouraging people to participate in this event and also have fun, because a whole lot of fun and family activities are in the lineup. Once again, this significant event would not be possible without our sponsors, without whom this event cannot attain the very high standards that it is now renowned to maintain. I want to urge those that have not yet applied to the EITF to do so immediately. Spaces are running out. We suffer towards the beginning of the EITF when people and major entities now want to be afforded exhibition space when they have not applied on time. And my message to the nation is that let us take this opportunity and do so right now. It's important that we do that. Partnerships and sponsorships are integral to the success of this event, and we do welcome more offers of partnerships and sponsorships that will come up with new and innovative concepts. I am pleased to announce that we have already received support from, mentioned before, offering free Wi-Fi during the EITF and sponsoring the very popular Win a Car competition. Eswatini remains open for business, and the EITF is a testament to our commitment to economic growth and development.
Now, that was the Minister of Commerce, Minister Honorable Mangoba Kumalo, during the launch of the EITF 2024 with the tagline Connect, Create and Grow. During the launch of Eswatini International Trade Fair, the CEO of Eswatini Investment Promotion Authority, Sibane Mgomezulu, emphasized their role in promoting domestic and foreign trade and investment, which entails digital transformation, aligning with the draft investment policy goals, setting the stage for significant business opportunities.
The theme is really in line with IPA's strategy and where we are going as an organization. The head of state, His Majesty, has spoken about a vision of getting Eswatini to first world status. And we as an organization have seen what our role is in terms of enhancing our products and services and offering to the public around trade and investment. What does this entail? Digital transformation. As an organization, we are changing our systems, we are changing our processes, we are changing the way we interact with our stakeholders to enable this process of digitization to unfold. You'll be aware, our exhibitors will be aware that this year we have an app, the EITF app. So to be able to apply and to be able to come and showcase your products and services as an exhibitor, you are required to utilize the EITF app. A number of people have struggled, a number of people, some have grumbled, some have spoken to the fact that it's different and it's somewhat of an inconvenience, but it actually is simplification of the business process. It's transparency, it brings about speed. It's really a way in which we are interfacing with you. Our people will always be there, but we are saying as an organization, you shouldn't have to suffer the inconvenience of a phone call that isn't returned, somebody who needs to sign off a final authorization for you to be able to understand that you are already a partner and confirmed to exhibit at the trade fair. So the app is really about technological efficiency. We see that also organizations manage and keep a lot of data, and there needs to be a way of doing this in a manner that's secure and in a manner that protects the interests of our stakeholders and ourselves. So really our tagline for EITF for 2024 is around Connect, Create, Grow. Connect, create, grow. That's a part of our journey to the digital transformation I mentioned earlier as an organization. So what is the offering for you as exhibitors at the trade fair this year? We really are going to do our utmost as we have in the past to ensure that the place, the premises, is clean, and with our partners we really want to ensure that it's an experience that enhances and is an improvement on last year's high standards that were set. So we'll have food stalls, we'll have painting, we'll have children's activities, we'll have toys, we will have consumer products and services, we will have all types of different businesses which are here and are part of the value chain. We will also have local and international visitors in the kingdom, and closer to the time, some of those processes will be announced and will unfold. I think it was really just to give those introductory remarks, to express excitement at the presence of the minister, the presence of our partners at this event, and to really say, as we lead up to the trade fair, we look forward to your contribution, we look forward to continued partnership, we look forward to enhancing the International Trade Fair as a platform where Eswatini markets itself, its presence, its people, our products and services, and our friendliness as a kingdom.
Yep, the EITF International Trade Fair 2024 has been officially launched by the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mangoba Kumalo. 56th edition, LinkedIn, looking back, Guti Yakala, in 1968, the trade fair has grown. Looking Guti, this year's exhibitors are over 250, and there's still time, because they did mention that the deadline for companies to register or SMEs is the 30th of June. And also the Minister did mention that it's expected to generate trading opportunities with 150 million Malangeni. So that's huge. It's a big event. We're hoping SMEs will attend in their great numbers.
It has really grown in leaps and bounds when you look back in the past 20 or 30 years or so, and look at where we are now. And the construction of the Mavuso Trade and Exhibition Center, I think it is one of the key points to say the ITF has grown. And we're now attracting businesses from outside our borders, even SADC and international visitors as well. The Prime Minister was in Belarus, and he did invite business people from Belarus to come and participate in this year's edition. So we really look forward to another exciting edition of the trade fair. And there's also going to be a bus going around creating the hype.
And it's a beautiful, bright buzz. So we're hoping SMEs and members of the public will attend this year's trade fair. And also, Mokabani, an exciting thing that government has always emphasized on is encouraging SMEs to participate, in these types of events to promote their businesses, because they are regarded as a critical sector in the economic growth. True. So we're hoping more and more SMEs will register. The deadline is 30th of June.
Government is, when the Minister for Finance was delivering the budget speech, they said we need to grow the economy at least by 10% this financial year.
Yeah, you're right, Maukabane. The EITF 2024 has been officially launched. Let's quickly go for an ad break. Sabi Economic. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Nedbank Business Watch. As mentioned earlier, today we are talking about the current account, Nedbank's current account. I'm joined by Bagcinile Simelanos, the team leader, sales at Nedbank Eswatini. Good afternoon, welcome back.
Thank you.
Last week we were discussing savings account, and today we're talking about the current account. What is Nedbank's current account? Talk to us about the uniqueness of this account. Why should your clients open this current account?
Okay, basically a current account is a non-interest bearing account that is mainly used to service needs for individuals as well as businesses. But today we will be focusing on the individual current accounts. So this is an account that you're able to transact on in any way. You're able to use an ATM card, you're able to access your app, you're able to swipe for when you're buying, and you're also able to send money through to another account, or send money to a cell phone number that you want to pay to.
So I know that you're talking about the current account, it's convenience. You've just mentioned I can swipe, I can withdraw money, but can a student actually open a current account? Do they benefit under this account?
Yes, we do have a current account that is specifically for students. So that one is a different account on its own. All they just need to provide is their IDs and the proof of them being students, and then we're able to assist and open their account. So this one also assists with the fact that when they are done with school, when they've graduated, they're able to convert the same account into a salary account. Yeah. So that's where it helps them as well.
Okay, so let's talk more about the convenience, because people like convenience more than anything. Let's talk about the features. What benefits are there when you open the current account compared to other accounts?
Okay, you're able to monitor all your transactions as well, either on the app and also through SMS notifications that assist you to check activity on your account. And then with the current account, you're also now privy of applying for loan facilities. You can also apply for a credit card. You can also apply for an overdraft. But, terms and conditions apply, so we need to make sure that whoever we're assisting is able to afford that facility that they are desiring at that point.
Okay, so what documents are required for ones to open the current account? Of course, ID, yes, you need to have an ID.
Yes,
and also, do I need to be above 18? Are there, options for people that are below the ages 18?
For the current account, you definitely need to be above 18. And you need to be fully employed, either on contract or on a temporal basis. You have to be employed because we require your ID or a valid passport, and then we also require your proof of residence. And then we also require your proof of income, which can be either a pay slip or a confirmation letter from your employer. Yeah, confirming that you are employed.
You're employed. Then if you have a business, online business, do I still qualify to open a current account?
Okay, with that one, it's a bit different because we need to, for the current account, we need to ensure that you have a certain amount of money that is steadily going through the account on a monthly basis, of which that is guaranteed by a pay slip. So with the online businesses, it becomes then a bit tricky for them to even service their accounts because there's a certain maintenance fee that is charged on the account on a monthly basis. So you find that with our online vendors, they do have issues of sometimes, no, this month didn't go so well for me, so I'm not able to service the account, whereas the charges will be actually going through the account on a monthly basis. So we would advise that they revert to the account that we were talking about last week, the savings account, which is fairly more affordable for them.
Okay, you mentioned loan facilities that you can access via your digital platforms. How easy is it, to qualify for a loan? Who actually qualifies for a loan? Do I need to be with the Nedbank for a certain time? How does it work?
Okay, no, not necessarily be with Nedbank for a certain time. We're able to assist you with the loan facility. Even if you're newly employed, we just need the confirmation that you will receive salary through this account, and then we have to receive that salary for at least 3 months if you are newly employed, just so that we are able to see the consistency of you getting your salary in the 3 months, because we don't want to find ourselves that you're employed, you get a facility on the first month, whereas you're still on probation, and then after your probation you're not confirmed at work, and yet we've already made this commitment with the bank. Yeah, so we will wait for 3 months. But if you're already employed and you have been receiving your salary, maybe even through another bank, we are able to assist you just on the first salary that will be deposited into the account. We are able to assist you and you get a loan. Yeah.
All right. So there's two things that people, care about: convenience and charges as well. But now at Duty, charge and maintenance fees. I think you did mention them. And my charges, Guti ingabe emeganjan, compared to other accounts at Nedbank.
Okay. Emma fees, we have two types of current accounts. We have the normal current account, which is a pay-as-you-use type of account that you'll pay for each and every transaction that you will conduct on the account. We also have a bundled fee current account, whereby you are able to transact on the account and have one maintenance fee at the end of the month. So that one helps with those clients that find themselves with a lot of transactions on their account, like you're swiping often, you're withdrawing funds often. So it helps reduce your charges by just bundling up that fee into the account that is called a bundle. So that one charges 140 malangeni per month. And then with the pay-as-you-use, it charges 54 malangeni 70 cents per month. But that one, the pay-as-you-use, it's that maintenance fee, and then you also pay for the other transactions separately when you're swiping, when you're withdrawing funds, when you're sending money to a cell phone number, when you're sending money to another account. Each transaction has a charge.
Okay, so speaking of withdrawals, does this certain account offer free withdrawals, free swipes?
Okay, the free withdrawals and the free swipes, I would say they're available on the bundled fee because that one just bundles up the charges for the month. But with the pay-as-you-use, every transaction, even if it's the first or second transaction, is charged. Yes.
All right, I want us to talk about credit card. I know it's not common in Eswatini yet. They use credit cards internationally. So what are the benefits of using a credit card? Do you offer credit cards at Nedbank?
Yes, we do offer credit cards at Nedbank. Also, you just need to go through the qualifying criteria for you to be granted a credit card. Credit cards assist a lot with making online payments, like booking air tickets, also when you're making hotel bookings, because we find ourselves nowadays with the hotels, like the international hotels, they are not looking for a debit card for you to make a booking. Instead, they need a credit card, of which that's where it comes in handy to assist our clients.
Okay, so how does it work? How much do I have to deposit? Maintenance fee, charges?
Okay, it comes with a loaded limit based on how much you qualify for, and then you're able to use that card as and pay when you need it. And then it does have a monthly charge that is also dependent on how much of the funds on the credit card you've used for the month. So it's a percentage that is charged, and then at the end of the month you will be paying that percentage based on how much you've used.
Okay, so can I reload after I've overused the money that you've deposited?
Yes, you can reload. It's actually quite seamless now because you are able to link your credit card on the app. So therefore, you are able to transfer the funds seamlessly from your current account to your credit card.
All right, so speaking of the app, is it convenient enough? You know, there are customers that are still not tech savvy, and I think you do, you know, deal with those a lot.
Yes, we do.
Ngiyakhona ngiyisebenzisa kahle nje seamlessly. Ngihambe ngisebenzise if I want to do a transaction, it's easy. If I want to do that, isebenziseka kanjani?
Yeah, it's quite easy to maneuver through the app because, well, basically it prompts you and guides you towards what you want to achieve when you are going through the app. So we do encourage our clients to play around it, just go into each and every option so that you also now know that, okay, when I want to do this is where I go. Because as much as we take you over, we take you through the app, upon registering and activating it, you find that maybe there's some things that you will forget. But also, when you also find your own time sitting at home, you just go through the app, you go to the transactions screens, and you're able to see, oh, I can actually pay for all my bills here, water, electricity, I can buy airtime, I can pay for my TV license, I can send money to Momo as well. So it really does assist in that regard.
Oh yeah, one last question before I let you go.
Yes.
Can I deposit through an ATM with my current account?
Yes, you can. You can deposit through the ATM on all the ATMs that have the functionality of depositing. You're able to deposit directly into your account through those ATMs.
And of course, I can visit any branch to open this particular account?
Yes, you can definitely visit any branch as long as you have the 3 requirements of opening the account. You are able to be assisted.
All right, thank you so much. Lastly, your social media platforms and, of course, your contact details.
Okay, our social media platforms, you can find us on Facebook at Nedbank Eswatini. You can find us on LinkedIn at Nedbank Eswatini. You can also find us on X, at Nedbank Eswatini. And then our contact line is 3278 1999. Then you can also contact our help desk team at helpdesk@nedbank.co.za.
All right, thank you so much, Bagcinile. And for more information, do contact Nedbank branch Eswatini or visit their social media pages. Let's take a break. Stop with the program.
Transact with Nedbank and stand a chance to win a 5,000 Emalangeni trolley dash. To qualify, do any of the following. Tap or swipe your Nedbank card for purchases a minimum number of 10 times in 2 weeks, or send cash to any local cell phone number a minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks, Or withdraw cash using Nedbank Cashback at Till at any OK Foods outlet a minimum number of 5 times in 2 weeks. It could be you, so start today. For more information, please visit nedbank.co.nz, call or send us an email. See money differently. Nedbank.
Welcome back. We are still watching Nedbank Business Watch. There is the Wednesday edition of Nedbank Business Watch. Today, the Minister for Commerce launched this year's edition of the Eswatini International Trade Fair. In fact, it is the 56th edition since inception. It was established in 1968. We now want to connect with our resident economist, Mr. Sbiya. Mr. Sbiya, good afternoon. The Minister was saying they want to try to attract at least 150 million emalangeni during and after the event. Has it grown to those levels, the International Trade Fair?
Hi, Mr. Pule. Yes, the International Trade Fair has actually grown. And if you look at what the country has also done in really just going to other international fairs and, the drive to really attract investment into the country and to attract business. So we've seen even in last year's International Trade Fair where we saw companies as far as Zimbabwe and as far as Dubai coming to really showcase their products in Eswatini, and that actually is not just a coincidence, but it comes with the vigorous marketing of Eswatini that we have seen through APA and through actually His Majesty when he travels. It's actually part of his core business in the international travel. So yeah, we can safely say it has grown to that level.
I'm looking at the theme, Mr. Sbiya, for this year, accelerating business growth through digital transformation. We are in the 4th Industrial Revolution era, and now we are speaking about AI. Why do you think it's important for the International Trade Fair to tap into the digital space now?
So we are living in an environment of globalization. So, the computer sciences, the computer branch has actually moved bounds and bounds in actually really unlocking communities and really just linking people. That's the first step that one needs to look into it. So if you want now to tap into international markets, the marketing space has moved so much, you don't necessarily need to move and travel to another place. So in order for us to really, as a country, get on that bandwagon, we really do need to digitize the economy. And if you look at actually even in the way payments are now being made, quite a number of these payments are now digital, such that we've seen shifts from mainstream banks to independent companies now really offering those payment modalities. So all that says is we are actually living in a digital space. And if you look at the way marketing is now done, have you ever wondered why when you probably open your Facebook, all of a sudden the feeds that are coming to you are so direct? It's more the things that you can actually buy. It's not just a general marketing strategy. So we've seen the digitalization actually getting to that level where you can actually move into what you call direct or targeted marketing. So now we are seeing changes into what you call your AI marketing, such that, there's an algorithm now that one needs to, that actually maps and looks at clients and is actually able to really just target clients more effectively than your social media marketing. So that's where the world is moving. And if we want to really attain the scopes and the economies of scope and large production, that's what we need to do as a country. And those are the moves that the country needs. And one would actually say we need to do better and we need to move faster as an economy if we want to catch up to the digital space with the digital performance, with the digital age in the economy. Such that if you remember, sometime back, there were moves within the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini to actually really put up this backbone infrastructure to ensure that we are able to catch up with the communication age, as it were, at present. So it's one of those very critical aspects that the economy needs, for considering we are now in a digital era. As you've rightly pointed, it's the fourth industrial revolution, and what we are seeing now is artificial intelligence revolutionizing the fourth industrial revolution, to a sense that we might move very fast into the fifth industrial revolution, which would be the age of information. You know, he who controls data in this time and age controls the world. So data has actually become the new oil. So we need to find ways of being able to extract and use data effectively as a country. So for all of that to happen, what one needs is a very strong digitized economy, is a very strong information and communications technology backbone infrastructure. So let me leave it there for now.
We are right, Mintesbia. I also remember the Minister for ICT when she was launching the government in your hands. She said AI is taking the world by storm. But if you were to be called into a room where policymakers are, business leaders are, and advise, because I'm looking at a scenario where next door to us, South Africa, taxis compete with Uber, traditional TV and cinemas are competing with Netflix. How would you advise us when we want to probably get through and through in terms of the usage of AI in this country? What would be your best advice for us?
My best advice, Mr. Gule, would be actually to go back to the Ngwe directive that His Majesty has actually proposed. You know, Eswatini has very good ideas. We are a trove of policy makers. You know, in terms of writing beautiful policies and strategies, I'm sure we lead the pack, but it's a problem of implementation. For example, for us to be able to compete at that level, like you were saying, taxis compete with Uber. There's Uber right there. There's your streaming services. So what that means is improved access to the internet, for one, improved access to the internet. So what we need as a country on that space is really just to open up the space. Fine, it's an open space, but you know, we haven't had another license being issued after Eswatini Mobile. So that means there are still bottlenecks that one needs to deal with within that space. Secondly, it's an issue of let us catch up in terms of the internet speed, because, you know, for one to really reap the benefits of AI, the internet speed needs to be at a level that is very, very fast. So what we need on that front is to ensure that we open up the space and we do give the right speed. I mean, we do need to be moving to 5G, but if you look at how we moved very slow towards 4G, now the world is on 5G. And also, I would say, let us also revolutionize our education sector. Our education system is one that has been very lagging behind on quite a number of aspects. Yet those are the aspects you need to ensure that you are developing the skill, the capability, and the know-how within the general education system. So I would also say we need to catch up on that front. Let's make those investments. But I would say let's just push, you know, this very regime. I think it's actually quite older than 10 years, that one of building backbone infrastructure and opening up the space. So that's what I would really advise the government to really look into, to say, let us really open up the space and let us make those investments that will catalyze the economy. The ICT being one of them, let's make sure it is there and available. Let's make sure we also move with the times in terms of our access to finance. Let's finance ideas. I mean, I would tell you that for once, I've worked with students from Limpopo, students from the university, and students from all over the country. They've really given me tools and apps and quite a number of functional instruments. So we need to also find a way of harnessing that skill within Eswatini, because it is there, but what we are not doing, we are not harnessing it. And also it's not moving with the times.
We're looking at RSTP and the data center project, which is still under construction, where a small country, a small economy, with AI, there comes the threats, cybersecurity threats. Do you think we are in a position as Eswatini to deal with the cybersecurity risk that comes with it?
So that's a problem that the whole world is trying to contend with, the cybersecurity risks and actually the regulation of AI and the entire ICT spectrum. So the technology is moving faster than, it's actually moving faster than it's moving faster than the policy and the regulation framework. So what we have seen happening in the global north is, the European Union is the very first country to try and move to really ensure that the space is somewhat regulated. So in terms of that as a country, I would say we are not anywhere ready, But the beautiful thing is, our University of Eswatini, we do have that skill. We've seen that the university has actually been leading the AI space in Eswatini. So we could try to leverage those expertise to really deal with those the regulatory frameworks around it. Also, the RSTP, we've seen them offering courses like ethical hacking and quite a number of innovative courses. But what we are lacking from that space, from that data center and that institute, is the fact that there is very much a slow pace in terms of movement towards artificial intelligence. Yet that is what we need to ensure that we are ahead, and we are actually trying to emulate what is happening in the European Union in terms of the legislation. And we do have those bilateral ties with the European Union. So learning from our international partners would not be a difficult task, but the issue of regulation is a very critical area, like you rightly pointed.
Those are just some of the cons that comes with technology anyway. When you look at the pros, Mr. Sibia, with every revolution that takes place, productivity is set to increase by 5 to 8%. And as a Eswatini, we want to increase productivity, we want to grow the economy. I think it benefits us as well, as long as we are going to tap into it the right way. But I want to touch on this point, improving the quality of life. How does AI improve the quality of life?
In terms of quality of life, what we've seen is artificial intelligence has played quite a... Let's start with technology before we get to artificial intelligence. What we have seen with the advance in technology, like you've rightly pointed, there is Uber, there's Uber Eats, and quite a number of innovative deliveries that are happening through AI, and what we have through technology. So what we saw during COVID, for example, we saw people being able to order in and do quite a number of things. So there are those positives in terms of the quality of life that you would then see trickling into the economy. And also we are in the age where, if properly trained, you can train your AI to trade for you and make money for you. So yes, once a person has income, we expect the quality of life to also increase. And we've seen quite market moves within the health sector. For example, if you we've seen models being tested in terms of diagnosing cancer and in terms of diagnosing the likelihood of a patient who would most likely have those what you call your NCDs and quite a number of diseases. So that's a move that's going to take the world by storm yet again. And once we start seeing that, we are going to have a more targeted approach in terms of our health and health sector, such that we'd be able to follow up on those people that are most likely going to have certain illnesses, and would be able to plan better in terms of resources. So what we are seeing, that's an improvement in the quality of life. And yet another success story that we are seeing is the TLC drone, program, that they're now going to be delivering medications with a drone. So now we are going to see increased access to healthcare, but at a fraction of the cost, where we don't necessarily need to hire a driver. You can have a person sitting there at the Miracle campus and actually just doing those things, sending medication. So that's going to improve the quality of life. But it does come with a negative impact. Not all things are good. For example, we've seen that with technology right now and artificial intelligence, it's quite easier for a doctor to operate on a person or when they're not even in the country, but they could actually guide the entire operation, using robots and all of those things. But what we are seeing with the impact of that is mental health is actually deteriorating because we are constantly having to deal with new innovations, the information barrage. If you look at the issues of fake news, you're looking at issues of, what you call it, deep fake, where generative AI can actually clone me. And I'll be out there talking as if that is me talking there. And also the threat that AI brings, because there's a real threat that we do need to be able to retrain people, because at the end of the day, when you gain efficiency through AI, then certain people would have to lose jobs. But it's not an entire loss situation, but it's an issue of being ahead and being able to retrain. So those are the things that we are seeing. And also, because AI is actually going to move and trickle into all other spaces. So we also need to be ready as an economy to deal with such, because it's not all going to be good. And the fact that we are spending most of our times in front of our computers, that's killing our eyes. And our children, we are no longer raising them. It is their cell phones that are raising them. And cell phones have a lot of AI capabilities. They just know what our kids want to watch. So we are seeing all of those things, the breakdown in the family unit. So what we need to do is to be able to, as you rightly put it, to be able to regulate that space and also improve on our parenting skills. So there's quite a lot. It will also disrupt the social order. So we need to stand ready and be able to guide that in terms of policy. But there are quite a lot of benefits to it, just that we do not need to be oblivious to the negative aspects of it, and we need to try to move ahead before we see full adoption and we see quite a lot of social ills panning out because of artificial intelligence.
Well, Mr. Sibiya, as always, we appreciate your thoughts. That was Mr. Sibiya, our resident economist. He was just reacting to the Eswatini International Trade Fair, the 56th edition, that is trying to digitalize their processes. Well, we shall take a short commercial break, then we shall be back and look at the markets. How are they reacting today?
Digital helps you make cross-border payments. Human gives you global specialists. Digital allows you to apply for a loan anytime, anywhere. Human connects you to credit experts. Digital puts you in control of your money, while Human connects you to wealth advisors. Digital allows you to freeze, unfreeze, cancel, and reorder your card. Human gives you that personal touch. Digital when you want it. Human when you need it. Get the complete private banking experience with Nedbank Private Clients.
Do you reside in any of the Ubombo sugar communities or nearby areas? Here is a notice. A door-to-door TV license exercise will be conducted in your area from the 19th to the 28th of June 2024. The personnel conducting this exercise would be easily recognizable by their attire bearing the Eswatini TV logo and their individual name tags. Your cooperation is valuable to us, and we respectfully request that you participate in this exercise truthfully. Do not be deceived. It is not appropriate for anyone to request money for a television license. Make payment for your TV license by using MTN Mobile Money at 7622 000 or by visiting the nearest post office. Eswatini TV, Sibugo Semaswati.
Well, welcome back. You're still watching NetBank Business Watch. Thank you for tuning in. We want to take a look at today's financial markets. We are joined by Sandiswa Dlamini, who's the treasury dealer at NetBank Eswatini. A very good afternoon and welcome to the program, Kosi. I see there are quite a bit tensions between the DA and the ANC this afternoon. Sort of similarly, we're still awaiting cabinet appointments. How's the rand performing?
So good afternoon, Lulu, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. So currently we have a bit of tensions in the Government of National Unity in SA, whereby the ANC and the DA seem to have a misalignment in terms of the agreement outlined in the GNU. So recently we had the spokesperson of the DA and the spokesperson of the ANC have different interpretations of the same agreement. So those misalignments there have caused the markets to react, and as a result the rand have depreciated quite a bit since the beginning of this week. As you might have seen from last week, the rand had appreciated quite a bit up to levels of 17.95, which was a very impressive exchange rate. So the tensions that we are currently experiencing have caused the current depreciation of the rand.
Yeah, and of course it's trading at 18 Malangeni at 20 cents. Take us through the euro and the pound as well.
So currently the euro is trading at 19.5149. The GBP is at 23.1208. Also, the rand have depreciated against all three big currencies. So this is it's just the rand being weaker other than the other markets, the USD and the euro and the GBP. So these are just results of the rand weakening, waiting for, because there's also the wait for cabinet, which was expected to be announced on normal occasions. It's announced the Sunday after elections or the Sunday after the inauguration of the president. But currently, it seems like there might be disagreements on the cabinet.
So we can still expect more changes until the cabinet is appointed.
Yeah, there is a bit of volatility there, and the markets will continue to be a bit volatile until the cabinet is announced and they become more stable after.
Yeah, all right. So moving on to commodities, I see that gold prices are falling today, particularly. Why is that so?
So we have gold prices falling, and this is a result of the indications of inflation rates starting to fall. We have seen the inflation rates in the UK reaching levels of 2%, and even in Swaziland we have had the document from the CPE indicating that inflation is expected to fall in the upcoming months. So as you know, that gold is a safe haven for high inflation periods. So now investors are moving away from gold to other investment instruments to sort of cater for that.
Interesting. So when we move on to Brent crude oil, there's still tensions in Israel. Could this be a threat to the supply of oil?
Thank you for that question. Actually, it is a bit of a threat because the supply of oil is being threatened, and so this can be either in terms of the supply or in terms of the transportation of oil, because whenever there are these conflicts, the routes of transporting this oil tend to be longer, which increase the cost of transportation. So at the end of the day, we end up having higher prices of oil. So that's why we are witnessing these higher levels in this week.
Okay, just before I let you go, let's quickly look at equities this afternoon. Nasibonje, in NVIDIA, in 3 days, they lost a capitalization. Is there any good news today? Any new data?
So NVIDIA have bounced back since this morning, or since yesterday. It have gone up by 6%. So what we witnessed last week was NVIDIA moving to being the most valuable company, surpassing Microsoft and Apple. So, but within 3 days, that the fall of NVIDIA happened, whereby they lost about 500 billion in market capitalization, which was over 10% of their market capitalization. So, but we have good news in terms of they have bounced back. And as you can see, the FTSE index, it also have bounced back. It had a bad 5 weeks where Glencore and other mineral companies in the UK were not performing so well, but Glencore have bounced back recently. And Also, Kia Tinto, which is a mineral company, have also had high stock prices.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sandisa, for that analysis for our financial markets this afternoon. We will go for an ad break and quickly wrap up the program with LinkedIn. Oh yeah, it is 3 p.m. exactly, and that's it for our program, Lomudla. Thank you for tuning in. Do visit Nedbank branches to open that current account and their savings accounts. It'll be worth your while. And if you have more information, to contact their social media pages. We'll see you next week.
It's my last episode of Business Watch. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Great having you. Thank
see
you
you
for
again
holding
when I
in
see
the
you.
fort. All right, we'll see you next week, Wednesday at exactly 2 p.m. Have a lovely day.
Make better money choices. Choose a bank that takes your money seriously. Business Watch was brought to you by Nedbank.